All right, guys. Um, just kind of wanted to go over kind of class expectations and kind of go over the syllabus. I know you can see it, but just kind of let you know what I'm expecting. So I just want to remind you too that this is my first class that I'm teaching. And teaching it online is like, oh my gosh, I've had to learn so many new things. So just bear with me with that as well too. So the biggest things, you're going to have your quizzes and your exams. All of those, I want you to know that I am writing the majority of those questions because I want to make sure that it's content that I've covered, it's content that I've referenced, and I want you to be prepared for your BOC exam. And that's what all the exam is multiple choice. So that's what the majority of them are. And again, I'm making the majority of those questions. So you should be very well prepared for those. So hopefully the test and quizzes, like I don't want them to be like easy, but I don't want them to also be so tedious that you're like, oh my gosh. So just understand, like, I want you to be successful in this class. I want you to learn. I want you to know this stuff that is going to be applicable when you get out and start working this job. So tests and quizzes, you should be pretty well set if you listen to the lectures, and by the time you do your chapter summary, you're going to be well on your way prepared for the quizzes and test, okay? So kind of the meat and potatoes of this is the discussion board. So I made sure that the discussion board, I bumped those up to 10 points because those are going to take some time. But that's kind of your time to shine, your time to show me your knowledge, for lack of better words. Show me that you understand the content. Show me you understand the articles. And I think the discussion boards are so important because you also learn how to communicate with peers and coworkers in a way that's professional, but yet still can question them and say, I was wondering, what about this point of the article? Or did you ever consider this? Kind of like, I get where you're coming from, but have you thought about this? And I think that's ever important, because I think we do need to be able to have that good discussion. And I feel like as a society, we're losing that ability to have that, conversation that might be a little bit like, well, I don't completely agree with your thoughts, but I don't disagree with them completely. Like, explain it to me more so I can understand. And I think that's so important. So that's why I like the discussion boards, okay? It shows me that you can read an article and you can summarize it and get something out of it without just word vomiting the whole article to me again. I don't want that. I want what you know about it. And then it shows me that you can think above and beyond that article. Well, they thought of this, but have they thought about that? And it also shows me, can you go out there and can you find relevant research to answer the question or your thought that you had? So again, that's like a big component. It's still not tons of points. I know 10 points is not going to seem great for all the time you're going to put into it. But again, that in my mind is like super important. You need to be able to take quizzes, absolutely, and pass them. You need to be able to take tests and pass them, absolutely. You need to be able to summarize the chapter, absolutely. But that discussion board, if you slack on that, that's still going to hit you because it's 100 points. So just make sure that you put the time into that. And I know it's going to take time. But I promise you, I'm not asking you to do anything that I didn't do, and remind you that, I'm only like 4 years removed now from PT school. So it's not like it's so far away that I forgot about it. I know they're tedious, but you will get through them. But other than that, everything else is pretty normal, pretty comparative to the other classes that you have taken, probably. So that might be the only thing that I put a little bit more weight on the discussion boards because I think they're very important. As always, don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions before we get rocking and rolling. But I'm looking forward to it, and we're going to start here shortly. So I hope you have a great day. And again, don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.